Okay, cool. There we go. We got the chat up here. I'm only streaming to one streaming service this time. Let's see here. I'll take some time to set some stuff up here real quick. Good. And I think we're good. Actually, oh, what did I not do? I didn't check, no, there's one thing I didn't check. Oh, yep, everything's online. Good. Okay, let's get started. So, first thing that we want to do is we want to check this guide here. So what I'm looking at right now. We want to see exactly how to set up OVMF for our GPU. Which I'm pretty sure we've enabled all of the settings that we need to run all of this stuff. So let's see here. I think I do need to install the VFIO package, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've done this. Prerequisites. Hey, what's up, Curies? I'm setting up VFIO. Basically, virtual firmware I/O for the GPU, which I'm going to be using to do GPU pass-through, if I remember it correctly, because this is a whole new thing onto itself. I need to set up my virtual machine here. Of course you sent me the stream as soon as I asked what GPU pass-through is. Okay, well, here's the thing. You can find out here. You can find out what GPU pass-through is by reading this article here. There you go, I sent it in the chat. What I'm going to test right now is to see if I can even start up a virtual machine. So let's go to connection details. This is not running. I need to run this. So that's on. What I'm going to do is probably download... Let's get Brave out here, actually. I'll get Brave. I'll do things in Brave instead. I need to get a copy. Let's just take a copy Arch Linux, right? Let's go to yeah, archlinux.org. Oh, and you know what I did forget actually to install was Qubit torrent. Yeah, there we go. That's one thing that I totally forgot to have on hand. Yep, I totally understand. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go to... Let's go to download. Torrent, there we go. I also need a copy of Windows. Oh, wait, did I accidentally cancel that? Wait. Sorry about that. Torrent. Yeah, that's fine. I click on that. Should be able to just add it. And it's going to download real quick. And then I'm going to also need a copy of Windows. So Windows 11 ISO. Let's download this. It's going to go straight to my downloads. Oh, wait, not the installation assistant. Sorry, I just need the bare ISO. Which I'm going to need for this setup process. Yep, thank you very much. Confirm. And then what else? Compatible CPUs, CPU pass-through manager. I don't need that. Setting up IOMMU. That should be fairly straightforward. You have to set a kernel parameter. Which I don't think is in my grub config, if I remember correctly. I think it's in my Dracket config. That's one thing I need to remember, is how to modify Dracket, because Dracket is what makes our initramfs, which I think loads the required software, or at least signals to the computer that I do have IOMMU enabled. And IOMMU is Input-Output Memory Management Unit, and that allows me to basically divide up all my PCI devices and then access them individually. Kernel parameter. Let me see how they define kernel parameter. So you can do it in grub. Do it in grub. You can do it in system deboot. That's fine. Cool. Okay. And how do they do it specifically? I see. So if I do, let's say, sudo or sudo nano, or you know what, I'm gonna bring up just a physical terminal window. I'm not gonna do it this way. Do physical terminal window. I zoom in. Sudo nano etc default grub. And this is like for my grub config. If I go to, yeah, so it's NVMe, grub cmd Linux. This is like basically the whole config here. I think all I really have to do is I have to add it here. Okay, so they have AMD IOMMU. Yeah, that's correct, because I have AMD. And it needs to be in grub cmd Linux default, which I thought it would be. But I don't know. Let me verify here, because I think Proxmox here has a... Ah, okay, I see what they've done here. Yeah, okay. I think I can put it like right... I'm gonna say right here. AMD underscore IOMMU equals on. And I think that shouldn't interfere with the config. I do sudo grub mkconfig -o boot grub.cfg. That should work. And I'm going to do a sudo dracut rebuild just to be sure. Will not override existing Endeavour MFS. Really? Okay, wait. Sports. And that should do it. Bruh? What's up, Dark Spot? How are you? What's with bruh? By the way, good morning. Oh, wait. For AMD CPUs, IOMMU support is enabled automatically if kernel detects IOMMU hardware support from the BIOS. Is that true? Okay, so I don't need to enable it, then. Technically speaking, I don't need to enable it. So if I run the script like this, I should be able to just get my IOMMU groups. Okay. That's interesting. That's new to me. Actually, you know what? Let me minimize this a little bit, make it a little bit smaller, more readable. If I do this whole script here, right? And I do a pipe to grep-i NVIDIA. I don't think it'll allow me to do that, dude. No, it won't. It won't allow me to do that. I will just export that to a txt file. So I'll put this in desktop, and I'll do IOMMU underscore groups.txt. Is that should work, right? If I do cat desktop, no, that doesn't. Oh, okay, nope, that does not work. I think that's because, okay, so let's see here. How's this script formatted? Done. Okay. So they got like a for loop here. So I guess if I do the do echo IMU groups for devices do echo. Okay. I don't know if I can modify the script to work with this necessarily. Isolating the GPU, binding device. Yeah. Now I do believe there are some modules that we have to load, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we have to do this configuration mkinit cpio, but I don't know how I would necessarily do this for Dracut. I guess you go to, oh, I see here. So apparently you just force the drivers in for Dracut. Setup for Dracut. So sudo nano etc dracut-conf.d, and we're going to call this what exactly? 10-vfio.conf. I'll copy that in here. And then what we can do is do the whole rebuild process. And that should work. I don't know if I need extra packages though. Linux VFIO, nope. Nope. No, I don't think there is. But now that we've downloaded what, Arch Linux here, we should be able to like just start a virtual machine. If I do new, local install. And you know what? Actually, what I'll do is I'll probably add this to the images list. So if I go to, let's say, sudo or this terminal here, and I do sudo cp downloads Arch Linux, and then we push this to var lib. That's fine. And I just quit libvirt images. That should transfer over there, and I should be able to have control over that. And one other thing I need to check is, do I have swtpm, which is for like TPM support. No. Just do ss. No, I don't have it, so I have to install that as well. That's going to be necessary for TPM support for Windows emulation. So if I cd... Oh yeah, you know what I forgot, actually, is I have to set up libvirt as a group. So I think there's something here that I have to do, if I remember correctly. It's all kind of vague in my head since I did this so long ago. Easiest way to ensure that the user has access to libvirt aim is to add libvirt member to libvirt user group. Okay, so I'd have to create the group. In fact, what is the default libvirt group? libvirtd.conf. Let me see here. Group. It's just called libvirt. So that's cool. Group. Add libvirt. Libvirt already exists. Okay, so that's good. So then sudo usermod -ag. So we're gonna add a user to the group, which is going to be let's say my user Scott, and that should work. I don't know if this is gonna work necessarily, but let's hope it does. I'm gonna put in, let's say, 4 gigabytes of RAM, so it's 4096, and I'm gonna put 2 CPUs just to sort of test this out. Create a disk, yeah, 20 gigabytes, that's fine. Arch Linux network selection should be fine. Customize configuration before install. I'm gonna upgrade to UEFI. That's something I think should be by default. In fact, I think I can set this by default. I go to preferences, new VM, that should be UEFI, so that's something I got to keep in mind. If I do CPUs here, oh yeah, it's not configured correctly. I'll do this, and I'll begin installation. Let's see if this works. It might not work because I do not have... Wait, is Secure Boot enabled on this system? I don't know. Okay, so we have a virtual machine up and has the disk running, which is good. sbctl. That's not a command, really? Okay, pacman-sy. And if I do pacman sbctl, it should be able to install, I think. Error, keyring required. Really, I don't have keyring. Let's see here. Pacman-key init. And then I can't do this. Okay, you know what? That's fair. I'll reboot it, check the BIOS, see if that works. We can do this here. Boot manager, device manager, sorry. And then we can check secure boot. It is disabled. Okay, so that's good to know. In fact, I don't even think I installed it to this machine, did I? Yeah, I forgot. You have to add swtpm as like its own module to the virtual machine. So if I do a shutdown, it should just wait or just force off. There we go. If I add the hardware, right here, we do emulated, advanced options, TIS, hypervisor, yeah, version 2.0, finish. We boot up. Switch the screen here. No bootable device was found. Yeah, that's fine because, you know, I added TPM 2.0 to this configuration. Or wait, did it actually make the changes? I don't think it did. Oh, it's not. No bootable media is selected. That's fine. So if I do reboot in a firmware interface, device manager, secure boot, that's interesting. I don't know why that's not working. Emulated, TIS, version 2.0. Does it need to be emulated or passed through? I don't think I have a device path for this. I think we can just emulate it. I think that should be fine. I'll try hypervisor default and see if that works. Boot. Maybe I could reset the secure boot keys. That would be weird if I had to do that. So I'm going to do F10 to save. Yes. Custom mode. Maybe this will figure it out. F10 to save. Yes. Interesting. I guess that doesn't work for whatever reason. At least at the moment, so that's something. No force off here. That's our Arch Linux install. But it looks like libvirt is working fine. Feedback. Okay, yeah, this is good. General, enable system tray icon, enable XML editing. That's something we're going to need for CPU configuration. Quit. And then I'm going to try opening it up again. I don't know. It's not working. But that's fine because I'm going to test it out with Windows anyways, so... yeah, force off. Which I'm pretty sure I downloaded. Did I download it? No, I didn't. There's also one other thing that we're going to need, which is the VirtIO drivers. So, VirtIO drivers. And we need the latest stable version of that. So, that's something we're going to need for the, for fast hard drive. Fast hard drive loading times. We're going to need the VirtIO drivers. Do this one here. Desktop. Just put that in downloads. And we're also going to need this. Oh wait, sorry, we already have this tab open. I'll try this again and see if I can get the SWTPM to work. Yep, that's fine. Customize install, network, UEFI, TPM, TIS 2.0, apply, begin install. It must be automatically turning it off because it recognizes that I'm installing Arch Linux. If that's the case, then I guess they've changed things with how QEMU works. Because before, I remember being stuck in QEMU for a very long time because I didn't know that Secure Boot came enabled by default. But I guess they kind of recognized that was a problem and they kind of changed it already. Okay, so I'm going to delete these virtual machines here. I'll delete this one here. No, I don't need to delete the VDA. I'll just turn that off. And you know what, while we're here, we might as well update, because I have not updated this PC. I guess I also might as well make a a time shift snapshot too. It's gonna take some time there. You know what? While this is all doing its thing, why don't I move some files over? Let's go to downloads here. I got some Windows stuff here. Vert.io, and yeah. And I think all of those are finished. They're all done. So I'll move those over. Vert.io, and I'll be moving that to var libvirt images. And then I'll also be doing the same thing for the Windows 11 ISO. And that'll take a little bit of time. I'm gonna probably go get some coffee real quick. I'll be back in a few short moments. All right. So that's gonna take a little bit of time there. Ooh, that might take a little bit of more time than I expected. Or wait, no, it's going now. Oh, there we go. It's ramping up. That's going real quick. I went from 22 minutes down to 3 minutes, so that'll probably finish up quite quickly. Ooh. But I guess, since we transferred Windows, let's try to make a Windows virtual machine. So if I go to browse here, yeah, that's a healthy config. I'll do 50 gigabytes. That should be good. Really, so TPM is not enabled. TIS 2.0, apply, begin install. You know what I never did actually after we installed this computer? Is I never installed fast fetch. Okay, so we did that. Oop. And if I do fast fetch here, there we go. EndeavourOS. It's always obligatory to do when you install a new operating system is run this application, either fast fetch or neofetch. Have to boot from CD. Oh, okay. So now we need secure boot, which doesn't seem to be working for whatever reason. Let me back out of here. Looks like we do have SWTPM installed. Maybe, I have a hypothesis that I might have to restart libvirt to get this to work. So that might be something that we need to do. And I don't know. Let's see. Connect. Windows 11. Open that. And let's see. Well, it's kind of frozen there, is it? Oh, look. There we go. Okay. So, good news. We can boot into this menu here, so that means we can set up Windows 11 if we wanted to. And we should be able to do it, yeah, with this. But I will exit for now. And I'll probably... Oh, nope. I wanted to reboot into the UEFI menu. So force reset, yes. And I'm going to press escape. There we go. So if I go to device manager, let's verify. Oh, it's not enabled? What do you mean it's not enabled? Secure boot disabled. Weird. It still says disabled. Even though, I mean, it's evident to me that it still works, so I don't know, that could be a bug. But yeah, I think we've done everything that we need to do here. And then I just need to reboot the operating system, and then we'll be able to use this whole setup more effectively now that we've rebuilt our new init ramfs and we've configured grub. Which, you know what, I might as well run again just to make sure everything's applied properly. So I'll do that right now. So sudo grub mkconfig-o boot grub.cfg. What is that? That's taking some time. There we go. And then sudo bracket rebuild force. There we go. We're going to rebuild our init ramfs. Rebuild is done. Okay. This should be almost done here. Syncing files with rsync. Still going. It's still going. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's just getting all the dying light stuff. Okay. Um, alright. Is it getting all the, what, like GOG stuff? Yeah, it is. It's getting all the GOG stuff. It's making copies of that. Also, you might notice from last stream, I added my games backup, I think, here, to the system. In fact, here it is, yeah, games backup. In fact, I think we can rename this. Can I rename this to Games Backup? Is it not worthy of a new name? I don't know, it just says Linux file system, but, you know, I'll fix that later. But yeah, I think that FS tab that we set up, which actually, you know, I'll open the terminal. The new FS tab that we set up here. Yeah, that's all fully working now. Yep. Did not expect it to take this long. I might have to reconfigure things just to cut down on time. So, oh yeah, look. That's like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm canceling that. I think that's gonna take way too much time. I could do create a new one, or what I can do is I can go to settings here. Let's see here. Users, filters, maybe it's location. No, it's type, schedule. Uh, yeah, let's see. Okay, include all files. You know what? Let's do. I won't include home. Okay. I don't think home is necessary. I just need to include my root, which is all that I really care about. So I'm gonna create a snapshot that way. It's probably gonna not take as much time. Maybe, hopefully. Yeah, that looks a lot. Yeah, no, that's way more reasonable. Um, I'll do a full backup later. Because there's nothing really important in my home directory at the moment, so no need to back up all of that. I mean, how large is my root partition? If I do a df-h, my root partition here, let's see here. Slash dev, no. Boot EFI. No, that's my boot partition. Oh, it's all one partition, isn't it? Yeah, it's all one partition. I forgot. We made this one partition when we couldn't split it into different partitions. You know what? I'm aborting. This is gonna take way too long. I thought it was gonna be not this long. But yeah, let's just restart real quick. Hopefully this works. Oh, really? No, that's fine. Okay, now it's working. There we go. It's getting hung up on some things there. Okay, so EndeavourOS. Sorry, my grub menu's on the other monitor. But it is working. It should show up on your end too. There we go. That's fine. No, block. I don't need that. Restore pages, sure. Thank you. Turn off qubit. Good. Desk flow, yes. That works all fine and dandy. Hello, listening to The Weekend right now. Good luck. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dark Hunter. I really appreciate that. It is going to be a slog to sort of get this all set up. Just because, you know, single GPU pass-through is not as easy as regular pass-through. That article got way too many words I don't understand. It is... yeah. I would suggest looking at the definitions. You know what? I looked at definitions a long time ago, and I did understand most of the article. But that, again, I forget most of the stuff because, you know, if you're not actively doing this every day, you're not going to remember it. And that's fine, you know? You don't need to remember all of this. And I don't think any normal person does. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the single GPU pass-through logic. Actually, you know what? I'll look it up in my bookmarks. I'm gonna follow that guide, which I have here. I'm gonna copy that link, and I'll put this here. So this is usually what I follow. So usually you have 2 GPUs, 2 monitors, or a KVM switch. Which is fine. We don't need any of that because all we have to do is really create these hooks here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up a terminal. I'm going to go to, well, first of all, I think what I'm gonna do is sudo su, but I don't know. Oh no, we have everything here. I'm gonna open this up. I'm going to load my CD-ROM. Actually, my CD-ROM's here. Everything's here. And what I'm going to do... well, I think first of all, we should test and see if TPM 2.0 is working. Which is important. I gotta start my virtual network, sorry. Then I gotta boot it up. And then we gotta check device manager, secure boot. See, this is the thing that I don't understand. Is why secure boot does not allow me to use it. Like why is that not working exactly? Let's see here. TIS, maybe it's CRB. Maybe CRB is installed properly. Force reset. Yeah, that's fine. So this should automatically switch. Yeah, it says secure boot disabled. But what's really funny is that when I boot up this DVD drive, this disk, it should technically not work, but it does. So let's say hypothetically if I disabled this. So if I turn this off, force off, yes. If I go to here and I remove this hardware, remove it, it should have problems booting. but it doesn't. That's really odd. You know, I'll come back to this in a second. I'm just gonna take a small break. I just gotta use the washroom real quick, and I'll figure this out. All right. Oop. Move all this stuff out of the way. English, yeah, no, that's fine. Let me look it up. TPM install Endeavour OS QEMU. There's a wiki page for it, so that's good. Oh, maybe that's not gonna help. Oh, do I have to actually make a directory for this? mkdir. Oof. I might actually have to make an emulated TPM directory. These can include packages like QEMU guest agent. Do I have that package? QEMU guest agent. I honestly, I seriously don't know. I did a full install, so let's just verify. I do not have it actually. I don't know if that's gonna fix things. I think it should, but why am I having issues backing out of this application? There we go. Force off, yeah. I'm just gonna close out of this. I'll restart virtual machine manager. There we go. Open up. No bootable option was found. Okay, so then I go to boot manager, DVD-ROM. And that boots. I don't... So that's really interesting. I don't know if the disk requires TPM 2.0 to be there, but yeah. I actually don't remember if the disk itself, the install disk, requires TPM. But it'd be good to verify before we go through the entire process, just to make sure that we're not installing a machine that doesn't work. That won't boot properly. I don't know. Maybe I have to reset libvirt. That's entirely possible. Yeah, I don't know. I'll deal with that later, probably. I've already messed around with this enough. So anyways, we got to create a path for our hooks to hook in our GPU. If I do sudo mkdir -p, I have to do etc libvirt hooks, which I don't think we have that folder, hooks, and then /qemu. Oh wait, no. qemu.d/win11, because that's the name of our VM, if I remember here, win11. And for our prepare script, we're going to do prepare begin, and that's where our start.sh file will be, our script. So now we've done that. Now we have to do the other one, which is going to be release /end, and that will be it. And then we need to create, oh wait, so now we have the QEMU script, which is just the script, I think, that initiates the whole process. Okay, so here's our start script. This is a template. So I'm going to call this, well, I'm going to do go up one. I'm going to do, instead of mkdir, I'm going to do nano. And I'm going to call this /start.sh.example. And then we're going to paste the script here. And if I do remember correctly, you need to like basically unhook all of your modules before you start this script. So that means we're gonna have to unhook all of the unhook all of the NVIDIA modules. So we have to do them in order, which is modprobe-r NVIDIA modprobe-r NVIDIA underscore what was it, mode set modprobe-r NVIDIA underscore UVM mod probe dash R NVIDIA underscore DRM. So I have to do all of that. And then one thing that I'm also going to have to do is I have to do an ls mod grep-i NVIDIA and check, yeah, so NVIDIA UVM DRM mode set. Okay. Yeah, it's all that. And then what I need to do was what was it? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Oh yeah, I got to get the PCI devices. So remember that IOMMU script that we had here? That's what grabs our devices. So we're gonna have to look for this. Copy. Paste. And if we look through here, real quick, there's a couple of devices here. It should say NVIDIA. So here we go. We have our group, which is IOMMU group 28. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna clear this. I'm gonna do nano, and I do tilde desktop. I'm gonna do IOMMU underscore NVIDIA underscore group.txt. I'm gonna paste this group here. So we're gonna need these because this tells us our PCIe addresses right here, which is listed as such. And all I have to do is take these, go here into this script here, and I have to just basically disconnect them in order. So the first thing is going to be 2D. That's the start of the address. And I'm going to leave this as such, and then I'm going to remove this 2C and replace with 2D. So those are our node dev devices that we have to detach, which are the NVIDIA devices, and that's what we're going to be using for the GPU pass-through. So now that's done, I'm going to save, and I'm going to exit. So now we have to focus on the stop script, which means we're gonna have to mod probe all of these. Actually, you know what I didn't do correctly? Okay, you know what? This is my bad. I didn't do the order. I didn't do this order correctly. So when you're reprobing something or you're removing things, you need to do it in reverse order to how you unhook. So this should be the other way around, which is mod probe-r NVIDIA DRM. And then this should be UVM, this should be mode set, and this should just be NVIDIA, as relative to this example here, which is hugely important, I would say. Oh yeah, and I would also have to stop the display manager, which is something that is going to be a necessity, which I'm going to do here. So I'm going to do sudo systemctl, or I need to just do systemctl because we'll be running this as root anyways. Systemctl stop stdm dot service, which is my display manager that I have. In fact, if we just test this right now, if I do a restart on STDM. In fact, I don't even need to check. Let's just check right now. If I don't even have to restart it to check, I can just use status to check that. Yeah, so it says it's active, enabled, and running. And that should be good. So now all we need to do is copy the stop script. And what I can do with this is I can go back, I can do that whole process where we can start, build a revert script. Oops. Output has been suspended by pressing Control S. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, that's new. I pressed that by mistake. I didn't know you could suspend terminal like that, but basically we're going to modify this as well. stdm.service, and just like how this script does, we're going to reload everything in exactly this order, except we're going to be changing these PCIe devices. Let me pull them up. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing this, and doing this, and we should be good. And then we need that special script that allows us to run this stuff automatically. No, cancel. And just exit out of that. Now that we've done that, I think we need to add the GPU to this virtual machine. So all I have to do is open, add a PCI host device, which should be here. And there it is. NVIDIA GA102 GeForce RTX 3080 12 gig. I'm going to add that. Add some other hardware here. Yeah, and also the audio controller. Obviously, everything with this prefix 2D needs to be added. You cannot miss any of these devices. And also for this pass-through, we're going to need to turn off the display. That's something that I'm just going to have to do. So yeah, video QXL. We're going to switch this to none. Apply. And I'm going to leave these as that. I think these devices here don't really affect anything much. Yeah, I don't think I have to remove them. I will probably just duplicate this. I'll just clone it. I don't need to clone the drives themselves. I just need to make a clone of this. And I'll call it for-maintenance, if that's how you spell maintenance. Is that how you spell it? Yeah, maintenance. Maintenance, yeah. That's fine. And if I open this one up, I'm gonna enable the display. Which I think is box, or no, it wasn't box, it was QXL. So I might need a special script to run this. Yeah, libvirt hook helper is something I'm going to need. I'm going to have to probably get this, yeah, this script here. Quit, cd, etc libvirt hooks. I think it's right here. And I need to just copy this command here. Cat QEMU, and I think that's a script there, yeah. And then I just need to do sudo chmod to make this executable, plus x, QEMU. And they ask you to restart the service, so that's something we'll do. I don't know. Pray that this works. Let's see. Oh yeah, we also have to chmod the scripts too. So sudo chmod plus x, and we'll do etc libvirt hooks. Was it win11? No, qemu.d win11 prepare. No, I need to actually copy this over. Wait just 1 second. I need to cp etc libvirt, what was it, hooks, qemu.d, win11, prepare, and I need to copy that to etc, yep, libvirt, hooks, qemu.d, win11, prepare, begin, and we just call this start.sh. I'll do the same thing with end. So I'll just go to release and revert, call it revert.sh. I'll do the same thing with here. I'll modify that. Release and revert. Yeah, example. There we go. So that's all done. Now you just have to chmod them, which just means that we just have to remove this entire line here. Chmod plus x, that script, essentially. And we can take this, go to release, revert.sh, and also mod that as well. And I'm pretty sure we should be ready to go. But what I will have to do is add some script to the XML in my virtual machine to make sure that CPU pinning works. So that's one thing that we have to do, which is going to be a little bit problematic, to say the least. So what I'll do here is I'm going to look up my CPU. So I'm going to type in CPU pinning Ryzen 9 5900X, because I know there's like a Reddit post somewhere where they actually did do CPU pinning for this CPU that I have. I think there's a post here. So yeah, this guy made like a whole script here that we can use. This basically just lists the type of CPUs that I need for this for CPU pinning. And if you don't know what CPU pinning is, because I should explain it, basically it reserves the CPUs inside your computer for the virtual machine, so the virtual machine runs faster. That is the whole gist of that situation. So after we do that, then we're going to install the VirtIO drivers, which I think is like super important for this virtual machine, because that's what's going to make it run faster with a disk. And then we should be good to go. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to Windows 11 here. Open. I'm going to go to XML. I'm going to have the XML right here. I don't know if I have to type this out manually. I probably do. Probably have to type this out manually. This is probably going to go right here at this line. Paste that. I don't think I'm going to change anything. I think this all works. IO threads 2, 16 CPUs. That's good. And then we have to copy down this thing here, which is the CPU host pass-through, which can go here. There's also one other thing that I'll have to do as well, actually. So we've applied this. The thing with GPU pass-through, right, is that you have to, at least with NVIDIA, you have to sort of trick NVIDIA to say that you're using an actual machine. So with VFIO, there's a config. Yeah, this one here, where you have to tell the KVM that it's actually not on. You need to tell KVM to hide itself to make NVIDIA think that it's actually using an actual computer and not just some virtual machine, because from NVIDIA's perspective, if you're doing this, you should be buying their higher end products to run a KVM, but that really shouldn't be the case. So if I go over to features, you can add it under here, which I'll just type it in here, KVM, and I'll do hidden state equals on / and then right pointing arrow. And then I'll close this off with left arrow and KVM. Close that up. Click apply, and that should be good. If it doesn't apply, then you have a problem, which it doesn't look like we have here. One other thing I will have to do, though, is I also have to add my mouse. So my mouse, which I'm going to do here for USB host devices, right here. I'm going to add the, Logitech mechanical keyboard. And I'm also going to add my mouse, which is the Razer 8 kilohertz right here. And that should be good. One thing I'm going to test, though, is in case there's a problem, I'm going to SSH into my computer so that if there is a problem on this PC and I need to access it while it's in the process of booting into the virtual machine, that it doesn't, like, get stuck there and I have to force reboot my computer. So if I do SSH, I do my IP address, actually my username at, and then so-and-so IP address. And, I gotta turn off my VPN. That's one thing gotta keep in mind. Enter. Oh, host verification failed. That's interesting. I might need to remove the known hosts file. Yeah. I'll remove that really quickly. .ssh slash known hosts. And known hosts.old, I'll remove that as well. And then I can try this again, which hopefully it will work. Yes, I want to fingerprint this device, and then I type in my password, which is something I won't tell you. And now we're logged in, so that should be good. Let's try triggering the virtual machine. I think everything should be working. Actually, one thing we forgot, actually, is I have to create a new disk. So go details here. Yeah, remove hardware, delete associated storage file. Yes, I don't want an SDA disk. I don't need it. Thank you. What I do need is another CD-ROM disk. So I'll add the CD-ROM, which is the libvirt.io drivers. virt.io. This will be a SATA interface. This will be a CD-ROM device. Apply. So we have two CD-ROM devices. Boot options. I'm going to make this CD-ROM 1. Yes, apply them, because that's the Windows device. I'm going to add a new drive. Storage. This is going to be a disk, but it's going to be virt.io. It's going to be 128 gigabytes. Sorry, 128 gigabytes. There we go. Like that. Finish. Yes. I want to add that. Let's see here. virt.io disk. So that's all we need. Now, technically, now that we've done all of this, we should be able to restart the virtual machine software. Yep, we restarted, and then we can go into the virtual machine. Well, let's see if this works. Screen goes black, that's fine. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Probably stuck, which is fine. We expected that. So all I have to do is run that script that we talked about, which is the revert script. Hooks, or release, and revert.sh. And that should fix the issue. It is a little bit buggy, not gonna lie. Yeah, so I gotta do all these things here where I gotta stop it, libvirt d.service. Okay, that's really strange. It's not doing it. It's not sort of hanging right now. Ooh, I think it's stuck. Yep, that's definitely gonna be a growing pain when you have situations like this, where you just have to keep debugging it until everything gets worked out. Sorry, I can't see that message. I am on, I do not have the chat up right now. I see it on the screen, yeah. I'll just read from YouTube real quick. Uh, these are the only streams you do that are viable for my time zone, sadly. Really? Okay, so these ones like in the midday. I am sorry, Vurunan. Time zones are a bitch. Not gonna lie. Especially ones made with political motivation, if you know what I mean. Hello again, do you remember me? The mask. Yes, I do. I remember you. I am just trying to set up Linux, or specifically GPU pass-through, on this PC. I think we might have an issue with the virtual machine. Uh, Specifically the graphics card. I'm gonna enable the boot menu, actually. I'll enable that. I'm gonna check through here. Yes, we have our PCI devices, no video display. I'm wondering if the Spice display is interfering. I don't need it. I can remove the display device there. I can also remove the display server. I have a doubt that that's going to really fix anything, but who knows? You know? I might need to download VFIO tools. That could be something that I'm missing. That could be required. I think I remember downloading this, actually, at one point. Is there no VFIO tools? That's weird. Linux VFIO, that's like the kernel. But I don't see anything else. Look at this guide again. I mean, it just has been the Linux streams as of late, when I can indeed pop in. Oh, okay. You know what? I'll try to do streams that are a little bit earlier then for games. But right now I found it, at least for me, more convenient to do this. And I've also wanted to relearn this again so I can remember exactly how I did this again. You can go to the store and they will fix it. Go play Dying Light 2. I am not going to. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I just picked up on the joke there. Uh, yeah. I get that. Uh, but I don't think anyone in Dying Light, other than Fatim and what's his brother name? Tolka, Tolka and Fatim. Yeah, those are the only guys that can probably fix this. I'll tell you that much. Those are probably the only guys that can fix this whole situation. So what I'll do is to really verify what's going on here is I'll probably run the script from my phone so I can see it execute. Oh wait, no, I'm not connected to the computer. Sorry about that. I gotta reconnect again. Yes. I gotta re-log in. Then I can do the execution of the command. Let's look at hooks. QEMU, Win11. Prepare. And that should work. Just imagine the complexity of the hypothetical computer systems highly advanced aliens could create. I honestly couldn't imagine. I don't know what their systems are like. I mean, our systems like already feel very alien-like, right? I mean, we were discussing last night this whole what was it called? Using computers, using human brain cells, like neurons, to do computation and AI workloads. Like that to me was insane. I mean, we're already doing really weird alien stuff here on planet Earth. Okay. It's having a hard time unhooking. Okay, so it was able to remove some stuff here. Oh, you want to know why? You want to know why this is not working? It's the order of things. Wait. I should have realized this actually. I know why. It's our code is misconfigured. So what I'll do real quick, I am so okay. I should have realized this. Oh, let me remodify all of this real quick. So if I nano this file here, I have to commit a change. Okay, so I've committed a change that will hopefully fix this whole situation. So I'm going to probably exit out of this. So Control X. I'm going to do a reboot on this system. Should say rebooting. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be rebooting. Even though I did /force. But I think it's because the virtual machine is mid boot. So I might have to force restart. Which is not nice. Don't like doing that. It's not my thing. Let's see this. Maybe, okay, I'm reading the messages now. Maybe tens of thousands of light years away, some alien right now is trying to debug a computer system too, whilst others are spectating. A system 1,000 times more advanced, perhaps. Possibly. We'll never know. I don't think we'll ever see aliens. I think aliens exist. Okay? I think aliens definitely exist. I just don't think they ever visited Earth. And there's a very likely chance that they will never come back, like come here, just because of how vast the universe is. Just interesting to think. I know. Just interesting to think, but maybe you think there is no other highly advanced life forms out there. I think there are highly advanced life forms out there. I think there definitely is. There's 100% life out there. Just I don't know if they're able to get to us because the universe is so vast, and you have to be a seriously advanced species to like traverse it. Like way more advanced than you might think. So what I did here is I modified the script here. And I removed this line here, I commented out, and then I put the system CTL stop SDM service here instead, just to make that work, possibly work this time. So what I'll do is I'll reconnect to the computer with the phone. I'll log in. Then I'll do the whole thing again where I run the script. And then I enter my password. In fact, is my virtual My virtual machine manager is not even on. Wait, 1 second. Yeah, even at light speed, you won't get anywhere in the universe. You need some kind of teleportation technology, perhaps by creating artificial wormholes. Yeah, that's what I conclude as well. That you will probably need just to like do something like that. But for now, I'm going to run the script and see if this connects. Okay, so it stopped the service. No errors. Okay, that's good. Wait, here we go. Let's see. It turned everything off. It's gonna boot up the virtual machine, I think. It says Windows 11 is shut off at the moment. Maybe if I turn it on. Oh yeah, I do have to turn it on, don't I? I made a typo there. Failed to start Win11 domain. Oh, I forgot to turn on the network. That's why. But what's good is that it sent my cursor back. It sent the cursor back so I can at least turn it on. That's one thing that I did forget. I have to basically auto start that network every time I launch a virtual machine. That's fine. I'm gonna minimize this, close this, close this. And all I have to do is go to Virtual Machine Manager. I go to Edit, or I click this, Edit Connections, Virtual Networks. I'm going to do On Boot, Auto Start, and I'll start it for now. And then what we do is we just click this, and it should just automatically boot in with the script. So it turns off. Oh, signal came back. Oh, hey. I got a signal on the other monitor here. No bootable option was found. Okay, that's interesting. But just for like the sake of showing you all, I'll show you right now. I'll go to sidecam here. If you guys can see it, I'll just take the camera off here, right, real quick. But as you can see, it actually is working. You actually do at least have a display output. I just, I click on the keyboard here, right? It doesn't really do anything. So that's one unfortunate thing. So I'll put this back. Oh, did that disconnect? Oh, camera disconnected. Wait. That's wild. Oh no, now it's back. I don't know what happened there, but... Oh, I see. I see what's going on here. Wait. I gotta run this around. Put this back like this. But I will have to restart the virtual machine again, which is not fun. I'll do a reset on the virtual machine. Oh, wait, now it's working. Oh, there we go. You know what I might have to do? I might have to actually disconnect the second monitor to show you guys. Yeah, because right now it's showing up on the second monitor, and that's kind of a problem, which is super annoying. I will probably disconnect this real quick. Just come over here. Second monitor is disconnected. And if I do a reset on the virtual machine, there we go, I just reset it with the phone. It will do its boot process again. There you go. There you go. You get to see it for yourself. Tiana Core. There we go. We're fully emulating Windows 11 through a GPU right now, which is crazy. I gotta pull up chat on my phone because I don't have access to chat through here. So let's go through this process. So I have my mouse here. Keyboard input. I'm gonna do United States International. Install Windows 11. I agree. Don't really care. Product key. Don't have a product key. That's fine. We don't need a product key for this. I'll do Windows 11 Pro. Next. Accept that legal notice, whatever. Okay, so this is important. So we installed VirtIO, so it won't detect any disks. What we have to do is load drivers. So you have to load the driver here. You have to browse. You have to go to this disk here. AMD 64, and you need to go to Windows 11. So click OK on that. Here you go. You got your SCSI controller driver. Install. And once that's installed, you'll see the disk pop up. So here's the disk. Right here, unallocated space, 128 gigabytes. And all we have to do is just click next. And I think it'll just create it automatically. Create the partitioning space that we need. Yeah, that's fine. I think I might have to, yeah. It's gonna install everything there. How long has the stream been? It's been about an hour, 43 minutes. We're doing fine, actually. You know, I've had worse times troubleshooting this than before. Yeah, well, worse times troubleshooting this before in the past, where I have had issues with it reading from the disk and like permissions and all this, and libvirt would just give me such a huge problem when it comes to setting this up, but this was actually fairly seamless, which is nice. Whew. You're a damn computer wizard from my perspective, regardless of what you say. Dude, it takes a long time to sort of like figure this out, and I don't really fully understand this process, in all honesty. I would have to read a textbook. I would have to read all the guides again to explain everything properly, because honestly, at the end of the day, I just remembered the steps, and I kind of just put things together from memory to sort of like put this all together. So that's how this is all worked out. But it's yeah, it's running Windows on top of Linux, which is awesome. Your PC may restart several times. That's fine. We can just sit back and relax and drink coffee, guys. Go get some food. Go get some water. Go get whatever. This is gonna take a while, so yeah. Nothing's gonna be happening for a little bit just because we have to install everything. Hey, we got 6 viewers. That's pretty cool. Um, oh, okay, so we have a disk. I think it's loading the install disk. Yeah, it's loading the install disk, sorry. Let me reset the virtual machine. So it's gonna boot up. Oh, there we go. It's still disabled, which is weird. I don't know why it's like that, but okay. Boot manager. Let's go to. Huh? Wait. Okay, that's a DVD device, but like, why? Why is it not working? Is what I'm trying to figure out here. Gonna have to do another restart. And remember, we're controlling this with the SSH. So if I press this command here, which I have loaded up, and I want to reset it, there we go. That's all I have to do. Just tap the phone and it resets. But it doesn't look like the devices are here. Oh, is this it? MISC devices? It's just called MISC device, yeah? Okay. Interesting. Oh, it's installing. Good work still. Appreciate what you're trying to accomplish. Thank you. I appreciate you guys watching because I don't think it's this interesting. And I appreciate that some people at least have somewhat of the attention span to figure this stuff out because I know it can be like such a hassle. But I thought I'd do this stream today because I mean I have a new install of Linux. I might as well, you know, sort of show you what I've learned a little bit over the years. Even though this is technically not a guide. This is just me kind of messing around. I would like to make a proper guide at some point, like an actual proper educated full disclosure guide, which I think I've labeled this as not a guide. Yeah. Because this is not a guide. I'm kind of like this is kind of I'm kind of like feeling around in the dark and sort of trying to collect my memories on how this sort of worked. Which is not really how you should do stuff, but okay. It is what it is. This is another situation where I gotta reboot. Nope. Rebooting. And then I gotta escape. Okay, cool. Boot manager. MISC device. There we go. We're here. Alright, there we go. Windows 11. In its fullest glory. Let's see here. Canada. Kanakistani, Canada. There we go. Keyboard. I'm gonna add two. I'm gonna add. Let me see here. Just gonna pull this up over here. I'm gonna add United States International, and then I'm gonna add a secondary layout, which is my Russian keyboard. If you guys were watching previously, you see that I have Cyrillic letters on my keyboard. E, F. It's all the way down at the bottom. Nope, too far. Russia. Just regular Russian. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. It's gonna check for updates. I think it needs to make me log into my Microsoft account, which is gonna be stupid. I don't know if they removed the exploit that allows you to not log into Microsoft, but that's something I'll have to look into. I know there was like a CMD command you could do to, or like some sort of file modification you could do to the boot disk to not log in, which I don't think they're gonna remove. I think there's gonna be definitely a lot of people trying to install Windows offline, so but honestly, who knows? Microsoft is a big corporation. They might force you to log in with an account in the end, even though there's like technically a workaround. Just a moment. Okay, it's gonna do the reboot process, boot manager, and then I have to boot that again. Welcome. Device. I'll just name this bulwark underscore WVM. So Windows VM. And then we can test out some games. I could download Cyberpunk or some other really like intensive games. We could try Silent Hill. Silent Hill is another option too. We could do Dead Space. I rather try out Dead Space though. I think that will be good because the thing that I think. Oh, yeah, this happened. I keep forgetting that's a thing. Maybe I should just reset the virtual machine and rechange the boot order of things. I think I'll do that. I'll do a power off. Power off Win 11. Oh, maybe it's shutdown. Yeah, shutdown. Shutdown Win 11. Yes, I want to quit. Please shut down the device. Just sending the command multiple times. Okay. Well, apparently it booted, so that's fun. I'll probably just do a destroy command. I don't need to have this on. And there we go. We're back to our computer, which is cool. We can use Linux and Windows in one partition. I'm gonna pull up chat again just to see what you guys sent. I know you guys are sending some messages. Dead Space, please. Yeah, we'll do Dead Space Remake. I think that will be cool. All right, here's chat. Oops, it's having some graphical glitches there. I'll pull up the virtual machine manager. I'll go to, yeah, open. I'll go to boot options. I can probably remove these CD-ROMs. Probably don't need them, but here we go. And then let's play again. That's working a little bit better. We'll have to install drivers too, I guess. It's one thing we'll have to do. Oh yeah, you know what I like to do is whenever I have a new Windows install, I like to debloat. I'll set up for personal use. Checking for Windows updates. Sure. And then this is probably the part where the login. No, it's going to be installing. Okay. So you know what? While that's installing, I'll use the washroom real quick. And when I get back, we're going to probably debloat the operating system first, then install some NVIDIA drivers. And then we're going to get some games on this PC. So, yeah, I'll be back in like a couple minutes or so. Okay. Update in progress. Oh, still installing. Okay. I'll probably take any questions if you guys have any. But yeah, it's probably gonna spend some time installing some stuff. So what kind of games do you think we should try out on here? Should we try Cyberpunk 2077? Should we try well, I was gonna do Dead Space Remake. Dead Space Remake is definitely coming first. Um, I wonder if it's gonna ban me, because it has de novo. I wonder if I'm allowed to use a virtual machine with a single player game that has de novo on it, which would be stupid. Sorry if you found my messages obnoxious and weird. It's just that I don't have tech knowledge to have a relevant conversation. Honestly, dude, tech is so vast that even tech people have a hard time communicating with other tech people, I think. Like it's just like it's such a vast sphere of such a vast sector of like just in general technology. Like you just you can never know everything. I even struggle to remember some of the stuff that I do with Linux because I'll figure out a solution a long time ago, and then I'll try to apply it again because I know I have the solution, but then I forget like, oh, how did I do this again? Like what was I doing with this? It's just the nature of the entire sector. You're kind of a lot of the times feeling your way through the dark, um, which you really shouldn't be, but that's just sometimes just the nature of the situation. For example, I haven't programmed in a very long time. I'll be real. My programming knowledge is fuzzy, but I bet if I get back into it again, I would be a lot better. But I don't know. I don't know. There are also like a lot of days that I find that I have brain fog. I don't know if you have that. I do get that every once in a while. I have like time spans and like or just times a day where I'll have like just brain fog when I'm doing something and I'm like, "Oh, what was I doing? How did I do this? I need to remember." Yeah. But yeah, I think we're booting up here. I think that's one thing I struggle with in general is brain fog. Especially with computer stuff. That's why whenever I try to make a guide, I try to re-educate myself and then go through the guide. Like I did with the Arch Linux video, I actually ran multiple tests to see if I could remember everything off the top of my head before I made the guide on my channel. Do you have some kind of intro guide for the absolute basics on what you're doing? I should. I really should. Oh, okay. Your device ran into a problem, needs to restart. Restart will restart your device right now. Okay, so I guess I had a blue screen of death, but that doesn't really mean anything, honestly. Windows is just broken. It's just a broken operating system in general. Wait, what? Unsupported processor. That's weird. Um, hmm. Pairing automatic repair. Diagnosing your PC. I wonder if my RAM is set too low. I have a sneaking suspicion that I do have too little RAM in this machine, that I might be having issues because of that. I'm going to pull up Termux and see what I'm dealing with exactly here. A guide that would allow me to have at least the faintest clue. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can do something like that at some point. Let's see if this works. Okay. What does that say there? Something didn't go as planned. No need to worry. Undoing changes. Please keep your computer on. That's fine. There might be a TPM issue, which I was trying to fiddle around with earlier. That might be the root cause of this. TPM can sometimes be really annoying. Or maybe Windows banned my chipset. I don't know. But I doubt it. I doubt that they did that. Welcome. Okay. Wait. So things might be going up. Getting better. Okay, so I have to do a sign in. I'm gonna probably black this out just for keeping my personal information safe. Just for the sake of that. So I'll yeah, do that real quick. Email, yep. I need to do my email here. And then I have to do the whole authenticator app thing, which I will be doing. Save. Okay, we're in. It's loading. Create a pin. Sure. I'll just create a short pin here. Um, let's see here. Yeah, okay. Do they match now? It says they don't match, but here, let's see. Let's see if that works. No, I don't want any of this. No, please do not ask me. Only required. You shouldn't be collecting my data. Stop it. No, I don't need to upgrade from this. Just do a fresh one. I don't need to do this. Just no, set up as a new PC. Thank you. Set up as new PC. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just click all of these. I'll just accept. Nope, skip. Don't need that. Skip. Not now. Nothing. Yeah, decline. Decline. Uh, just no. Back. Or next. Skip for now. Yeah, I hate all this subscription stuff that I don't need. Here we are. I might get the whatchamacallit activate Windows error of shame. I'm gonna change some settings here. I'm gonna go to System, Display, and I'm gonna go to here. Let's do this. Nope, that's fine. I don't need to go here. I just need to reset. So let's go to 200. I think the scale is a little bit too low. And what I'm gonna need to do is actually activate my Windows. I've got like a bunch of updates to install here. I'll do that. I'll install the updates. I will probably go and turn on Winget, actually. Yeah, let's look for Firefox, because I don't want to use Edge. Yes, I agree. Okay, we have like a bunch of Mozilla Firefox stuff. Probably don't need this. Okay, that's cool. I'll take this. Oh yeah, one thing I also really don't like is the taskbar. Taskbar is something we gotta fix. Developers activation display. Nope. Well, I do need to activate it, but we'll do that later. If I have to activate Windows and I can't center the taskbar, I am gonna be angry. Very angry. Where is the taskbar anyways? Is it under accessibility? Taskbar behavior. Make it left. Thank you. Okay, I'll look at activating this soon. No Windows product key found. I will have to just basically quietly turn off this display so I can put in my key. Sorry about that, guys. I just got to do it. Got to keep my security safe. Oh yeah, I gotta log into. Yeah, I gotta go get my key. I saved them. Check here. Oof. Wait, I have to log in. I have to log in. Wait. I gotta log in to get my key. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Please, stop doing this. Sign in. Wait, what? There we go. Got to, yeah, I gotta I gotta do all this authentication stuff to get my code. 2FA. Wait, what? Wait, what? What's going on here? Oh, this is not the most recent code, I guess. There we go. That works. Okay, good. QFA is really annoying. Can I collab? Thank you, email. Wow. Okay. Awesome. I am in. I can go get a key. Which I think it was this one. I'm gonna enter that in. Okay. That worked. Okay, great. So now we have that activated. Let me close this real quick here. Turn on the screen. We're good. So now that we've done that, we can open up Firefox. Skip this step. Skip this step. Thank you. Skip this step. Now I'm just gonna pull up chat again, real quick. Start browsing. And then I gotta go to, what's here, settings? Home. There's like a theme section, yeah? Yeah, here it is. I don't need a custom theme, I just need regular dark theme. Oh wait, this looks cool actually. Wait, can I wanna try this. Add. It's kinda cool, not gonna lie. So you have light theme, you have dark theme here. Enable that. But then could I overlay this? Huh. Is there like a dark mode for this? Blue background with yellow tab. No, I guess I can't do that. I will just go with regular dark theme. And then I'm gonna look up Win11 debloat because I do not like bloat on my Windows 11 operating system. Oh, they've made a wrapper for it. Huh. You can do the quick method. Okay, let's try that. Oops, did I not copy it down? Oh. So we could do default, custom. I'll just probably do custom. Only remove default selection bloatware apps from apps list.txt. I will press 3 to manually select the apps that I want to remove, which is there's a lot of this stuff. What is this? HP Jumpstart, HP Connect Music, My HP. Why do I need all this HP stuff? This should probably go, right? HP registration. Yeah, all of this is just not needed. At least for this PC. Microsoft Bing search, I don't need that either. What else? Copilot, get rid of that. Edge, get rid of that. Gaming app, I'll get rid of the gaming app. I'll keep MS Paint. And what else? I'll remove Outlook for Windows and OneDrive. I do not need those. Skype, well, I mean, Skype's dead at this point. Skype doesn't exist. Remote desktop, I'll keep that for now. Windows, what else? Windows Store, I'll keep that. Windows Notepad. I'll remove Windows Notepad. I don't think I need that. Twitter, yeah, definitely get rid of that. Twitter, all this stuff. What is this? Spotify, yeah, I don't need all of that. Xbox, text to speech. I'll remove your phone. I don't think I need that either. There's some other things that I think they remove automatically that I didn't want to remove. Like what else here? What else do I need to remove? This is all the stuff that they installed to your operating system, by the way. This is huge, massive amounts of bloat that you just really don't need. I'll keep Windows Photos. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I think that's it. Confirm. Yes. I'm gonna disable that. Disable telemetry. Yes. All of that too. Tips and tricks. Settings, notifications. Yes. Disable, remove Bing search. Yes. Copilot. Yes. Recall. Yes. Disable spotlight. Background on desktop. Yeah, I'll remove that. Enable dark mode. Yes. I'll probably remove those as well. Restore all windows. Yes. Yeah, turn that off too. Disable sticky keys on keyboard. Yes. Fast startup. No. No. Start menu. Yes, I do. Yeah, just remove everything. I'll just do number 2. Yes. Yes. Oh, wait, did I press the wrong button? Oh, I pressed U. Okay, I think it defaults to yes anyways. Do you want to make changes? Yes, I want to make changes to taskbar. Align left. Yeah, we already did that. Hide change search icon. I think I can remove that. I'll probably hide that. Show, okay. Yeah, I'll just do the search icon itself. Task view button. Yes. Disable widgets. Yes. Yes. Do I need? No, I don't think I need to make any changes. Press enter to confirm. Yeah, I'll enable that. I'll enable system restore. That'll probably be useful. Just in case something happens. There's gonna be a lot of things removed. I know what we might as well do, actually, is we might as well pull up Firefox And we might as well get NVIDIA drivers. Accept. Thank you. Can I download? GeForce Now. Download for Windows. Unable to uninstall. Would you like to forcefully uninstall? Yes. I want to just get rid of Edge. I don't need it. I don't need any of these. There's a lot of stuff I really just don't need. I don't need this on the taskbar. I don't need this either. Actually, you know what? I'll just keep it there to see if it uninstalls. If it actually uninstalls. There it is. It just went by itself. And one other thing I'm going to download is probably Steam. Okay, so it's doing the Explorer reset here. Hey, we got the old taskbar back. That's great. So I got to install GeForce drivers. In fact, let's check. Let's just check if my CPU pinning worked. Yeah, run. This looks like it did, so it has 16 virtual processors, which is exactly what we wanted. We put in 16 virtual processors into the XML file, so all of that is running as expected. Agree and continue. Oh. Wow. And now we have this. Get in. Wait. Yeah, I have to log in. I have to log in to GeForce to get drivers for the NVIDIA GPU, so that's one thing. Yeah, click exit. Great. Then we also need to set up Steam. I will not run Steam just yet, but what I will install is a third-party application known as Chocolatey, which is a package manager. Which we can do here. I'm going to copy this script, which allows us to install all of that. Pull up PowerShell. And I'm going to do, yeah, just paste this in here. That should just do everything for us automatically. Oh yeah, our time is not correct. That's more like it. So that should be installed, and if I like actually close all of this out here, and I do cmd, run that as administrator, we should be able to access the apps on Chocolatey. So like I look up, or wait, no, Choco dash question mark, and there we go. We have the app installed, so that's a huge plus there. Wait, is it trying to log in? Yeah, without further ado, I think I'm going to log into Steam. I'll disable capture card just to do login appropriately. It's downloading some stuff. And then I gotta scan that QR code. That obligatory Steam authentication QR code, which is going to, yep, there it is. And we're in. We are in, then I can turn on the screen again. There we go. I hate all this. Oh, I want to turn that off. Yeah, I don't need any of that. Let me go to my settings. No notifications. I don't need notifications. Interface. Never, never, never. Just turn all of that off, and that should be good. And then we can look for dead space. And we can install this directly to the drive here. Video's having a hard time. Oh, now it works. What? Okay. Well, I have to log in again, so I'm gonna have to turn off the screen here, display capture. That's just the nature of how this all works. And I would pass through my login key for my Google account, but I don't have the scripts to do that just yet. I don't have those scripts that allow you to like kind of pass through a USB device into the virtual machine. Oh, what's my password? I gotta remember that. What's my password for this account? Oops. Okay. Logging in. Okay, there we go. Yes, it's me. Coolio, authenticated. And now it's gonna send me a Gmail that I have to confirm, which I will in a quick second. Verify address. Good. I don't know, is Nvidia gonna let me? Inshidia gonna let me in? Of course it gives me a advertisement for Nvidia, whatchamacallit, Nvidia GeForce Now or whatever, which I don't need. Fine, just leave. And it's still doing the whole freaking stupid login procedure. That's really dumb. I have to cancel login again, re-log in. Continue. Login completed, we're redirecting you. Not here, click, okay, I'll try clicking that. Login failed, we're unable to log in at the time, please use NVIDIA GeForce Now app. Okay, thank you for that, okay? Oh wait, sorry. It's not GeForce Now, it's GeForce Experience, I think. That's the app that I'm supposed to have. Oh, wait. No, I have to download GeForce Experience to get the drivers. Yeah. I downloaded the wrong app. That is my bad. I should have seen that. Oh wait, this is all the NVIDIA app, right? Well, let's see here. What dead space is okay, it's like 50% the way there, so that's good. Additional features, let's see here. Or applications, uninstall installed apps. Let's see here. NVIDIA, GeForce Now. I'll uninstall this. This is not needed. I just need the graphics driver, thank you. Agree and continue. Yeah, game ready driver, that's what we need. Thank you. Next. No NVIDIA overlay, don't need any overlays. Just skip the app. Drivers. Download. I thought it required a login for drivers. Did it require a login at some point? Because I'm pretty sure it did. But, we might as well confirm, now that we have everything up and running, we might as well confirm our device, with our device manager, that we do have, in fact, an NVIDIA GPU installed here. And there you can see it. My NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 is passed through. I don't know if you can make it out there. I could probably make the screen bigger here. Probably just, like, make the screen bigger. You see that, guys? Right there? There it is. NVIDIA GPU is installed. Actually, wait. Let me look. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't have whatchamacallit, my keyboard connected through the overflow, through desk flow. Install. And you know what? We might as well just plug in the other monitor now that we've done all this. So, gotta go. Yeah, real quick. Oh. Ooh, we got some of the old context menu back. That's cool. No, I don't need any of that. I think we're good. But I'll check. I'll check anyways. I'll see if, like, audio is all working fine and dandy, and actually, we can test with a YouTube video. No, I don't need to log in. It's fine. Can you... Okay, can I just not go to account? Can I just go to search? I don't need to log in. Oh, well, it logs me in anyways. Anyways, I'll open a private tab here. Let's do crab rave. Is that... Oh, no audio. Okay, I got Tim Hortons app. Tim Hortons advertisement. I'll see what's going on here with the audio setup. Oh, okay, black screen. That's fine. That means the update installed. If we get a black screen, that's totally fine. Let me look for MMSYS.CPL should bring up the old context menu for audio devices. Oof. Yeah, let me check here. I think I know why it's not. I think I know why it's having an issue here. So if I go MMSYS.CPL, it brings up this control panel item. And I think that's the reason why it's not working.
Guys brewed coffee, hot
There you go. That's why it wasn't working.
or iced, and add a classic favorite like a donut for $1, a bagel for $2, or a classic breakfast sandwich for $3. Enjoy favorites for less with Tim's Faves, only at Tim's.
So I guess, you know, the Tim's ad had sort of verified to us that audio works, so that's great. And I can close this out. And that's done. NVIDIA driver is installed, and what I can now do is probably restart this PC, but I don't think I need to, actually. I think I just can run Dead Space. Yep. Install those obligatory Microsoft redistributables. We should be able to log in. Hey, that works. Look at that. Let's see if we can play the intro. Building shaders. Building shader. Can I make this like windowed for now? Okay, I can. I can make this windowed. What I want to install, if it will allow me to do so, is I want to go to additional features. Or, yeah, features. Yeah, add optional features. I want to go to open, or, no, yeah, view features, and I want to do SSH. I want to add these because I want to have SSH access to the virtual machine. Another thing that I would like... Okay, that's loading up. Oh, it wants me to log in. Okay, wait, the display is not working. Display settings are kind of broken here. I gotta kind of reset everything here. There we go. I'll put this over here. I have to install OpenSSH, which is under additional features. Or optional features. Yeah, that was it. SSH. So we have the SSH server, which should be here. Open SSH client. I think we also added the server as well. Oh yeah, server's downloading. So that's gonna do its thing. But now we have to authenticate with. I guess I'll just do it through phone. Should be fine. That's logging in. Sadly, it needs this. I don't know why. I don't know why this game is locked to... this stupid DRM, but it is. Here we go. Let's try a new game. Or actually, you know what? Let me change some settings here. Let's go to display and graphics. Motion blur, none of that. Get rid of that. Film grain, yes. Colorblind, no, we don't need that. That should be fine. NVIDIA DLSS. I'll do probably... let's do quality. Let's start out with quality and go down. Graphics quality, I'm gonna go for high. Oof. Wait a second, did it? Oh, now it's back. Oh, it froze? Oh my god. I think, you know what's killing the performance here? Is, Denuvo. It's probably Denuvo. No, we don't need anything. Gameplay. Game assist. No, we don't need anything there. Language, subtitles. We need subtitles. Yeah, have those enabled. That's a little bit better. Gameplay. That should be good. Let's do new game. Accept. So this is what we had been aiming for, is running a game under a virtual machine, and it looks like it's all working now. CEC mission ER529. Can I skip this mission? Can I skip this cutscene, actually? Oh. No.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I just wish I could talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. Strange. Such a little thing.
That's her? Nicole?
Yeah. First deferred from her in weeks.
We're 5 minutes out. You still got that thing on repeat? Guess you really miss her.
Fishermer is not a job you turn down, but 6 months apart with only vid calls? It's rough. Easy to say the wrong thing.
I don't blame you. I'd listen to my girlfriend over Hammond reciting security protocols.
Forewarned is forearmed, Miss Davis.
So you keep saying.
Here we go. Nice clean re-entry.
There we are.
You just said.
Imagine 6
This is it,
months
guys.
doing
We
that
finally
shit
got a
around.
gaming VM.
To an independent miner, that's paradise. Aegis 7 is one of the richest finds in CEC history. Some prospecting team set up for life. Now where is she?
There.
Confirming visual contact with USG Ishimura.
What a beauty. Biggest planet
Is there a
cracker
way
in your
to
class, you know?
is there a way to zoom in?
And it looks like
No,
they
I don't
already
think
popped
so.
the cork.
Why is it so dark? We should be able to see our running lights.
Yeah. I'll get us into hailing range. Someone's got to be waiting up for us.
Just be careful on the approach. I'm not taking any chances with the CEC's pride and joy.
No chances, huh? Is that why you were digging into my personnel files before we left?
You track your file access?
I'm a computer analyst. Comes with the job.
I ran standard CEC background checks, Miss Daniels. If you want to work in the big leagues, you have to play ball.
Sir, we're in hailing range. USG Ishimura, this is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Kelly, responding to your distress call. Come in, Ishimura. Ishimura, do you copy? Come in. This is the USG Kelly.
You ever hear of a full communications black on one of these things?
Never. Come on. Someone pick up the damn phone.
What the hell is that?
Sounds like their communication array is busted. Maybe a broken encoder. Daniels and I can handle it in 48 hours, max.
Hey, that gives you plenty of time to catch up with Nicole.
Yeah, I hope so.
Jen, Johnson, take us in.
Gravity tethers engaged. Automated docking. Let's go.
Oh,
I'm losing control.
Fuck! We're off course!
Daniel!
Guidance system override isn't responsive.
Shit, we're coming in too hot. It's gonna smash us into the hull.
Jen, aim for that emergency stabilizer. There, the blue light. It might slow us down.
Got it.
Drop the flash shield. Everyone brace yourselves.
great blast shield up. All right. We're landed.
I'm good.
But we're not getting bad lag so far. I mean, it's not amazing, right? You know, in fact, here, let me close all of this. Let's look at settings here. In-game. And I think there's like a... game recording. No, where is it? FPS counter, yeah. Top left. High contrast. There we go.
It's my ankle. It's broken.
Oh, we're at solid 30. Wait a second. That's not right. Did I put a cap on this? Video options. Oh, wait, it's capped. Okay. Apply. Yeah, should be good.
But better than a broken neck. Or
Okay,
worse.
now it's running way
Good call
better.
on the stabilizer, Isaac.
Gotta always read the manual.
What the fuck's going on with flight control? That guidance system's a death trap.
Better add it to your repair list.
I should have noticed it was running at 30. I knew there was something a little bit off, but
We've got a fire in one of the stabilizers and singularity core's a mess.
well, yeah, it looks like it's staying at a solid
Johnson,
60, pretty
go to Kelly.
much.
We'll send a medic. Everyone else, with me.
Stay clear. Crap, they came down hard.
Not a great start to our repair mission.
Pulse rifles?
Standard procedure, Miss Daniels. We'll register them in the flight lounge.
Hello? Where is everybody? Half the ship must have heard that landing.
Be proud, Chen.
follow security team.
Johnson, I just... What? You're off in about the first round.
Let's see what's here.
See anyone with flight control?
No, nobody.
Isaac, guess we better go.
I guess that's really good, you know, considering some of the last setups that I've done with with GPU pass-through. This only took 3 hours to get up and running and essentially gaming. I mean, we're just under the 3-hour mark, and we've already done the intro, so... I think we made great timing with the setup process. Although there were definitely, yep, some mundane parts in the stream where you kind of were just waiting, loading, and... Yeah, and listening to me make awkward commentary, but, you know, it's sort of the life of a Linux user, you know what I mean? It's just part of the deal.
Rig synced. Collect kinesis and stasis modules from Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple. Location?
Okay.
Error. Employee not found.
Well, that's
I can't reach security.
problematic.
Chief engineer, what is wrong with their comms?
What I gotta say, game looks amazing. Maybe we can bump it up. Maybe we can bump it up to Ultra. Maybe we can bump it up to Ultra. Let's do that. Video options. No, we can go back here. Oh, it's already on Ultra. Custom. Let's do custom. Ambient occlusion, SSAO. What are other options are there? What's RTAO? Ray tracing, ambient occlusion, if supported. Okay, we'll try that. We'll try that. Oh yeah, no, it still works. E open. There we go. We are, what is it? Security checkpoint. Lounging room. Oh, what did I step on? Oh, it's a piece of paper. Piece of paper already. Standby. Okay.
Where's the security detail? Where's anybody?
I don't know where they are.
There's nothing logged. No duty roster. No power to the elevator.
For God's sake. That security console's still working. Isaac, get a damage report. I'm done playing around.
Okay. Open this.
Something on the floor here. Seth?
Isaac, I need that
Blood.
damage report.
Yeah, it's blood, dude. It is blood. Nasty. Okay. This is locked. And what else do we have here? Yeah, here's the control panel.
Oh God, that smell.
What have you got, Isaac?
Shit. It's not just comms or the guidance system. Half the
This
issue
game
was
is truly a
bad.
masterpiece on
Engines,
so
hull,
many
trails.
levels. Wish I could just wipe my memory and play it freshly again. Yeah, this game is awesome. I actually haven't fully played it to the end. Well, I got to the end boss battle, but then for whatever reason, I don't know. I don't remember exactly. I think I was busy with school and I just didn't finish the game.
Quarantine activated.
Another malfunction?
No. The quarantine systems are all fine.
Oh, wait. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, man?
Take it easy. Daniels, get those elevators running.
There's something in here with us.
Oh,
Daniels,
he's dead. Oh, let's get out of here. Yes, I do. Holy shit. Run. Just run. I remember this scene here. This is gonna be nasty. I remember this. I do remember this from, I think, the original game? Oh. Yeah. Door chops him in half, which is so very fun. Time to finish the battle this time around. Would be a great game to stream on your channel, but Halo would just do fine too, in my opinion. Yeah, it would. I think Halo would be fine as well, but I would love to do this just as equally, if not more so, because I think more so because I haven't played it. But here we go. We got the cutter. There we go. Cool. Crew member sobs. Oh, that's not fun. Now, if I press spacebar, this... Okay, yeah. And then we can break that. And this is unlocked now. It's the limbs that you gotta shoot for. Is there ammo here? Yeah, there's ammo. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. We're good. Oh, and then these. I think I can stomp these, yeah. I can stomp them. Alright. I think that's it for now. For this game, at least. I think I'm gonna pause here. I don't know. I think I've spent enough time testing this out. I might test it out further in later streams. But I think I'm gonna make a quick break. And then we'll finish this off by just verifying our work with the virtual machine. So I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Just gotta use the washroom again, yeah. I've been drinking a lot of liquids, so I gotta use the washroom often. Alright, I forgot about the... One thing I did forget, actually, about was installing... I was going to install some apps through Chocolatey really quick before I end this. What was that text here? Well, yeah, all I have to do with Chocolatey, which is the reason... Well, I got it because it gives me access to more apps. But if we go here, we can install GOG, so GOG Galaxy... what else? Epic Games Launcher. And I think that's all we need, really. I don't use, really, the Epic Games Launcher that much. Oh, sorry. I actually have to do choco install -y to confirm. Huh. Oh, it's because I misspelt install. And now it will work. There we go. And we'll play around with Cyberpunk 2077 if I ever get the chance to do another stream like this again, and we'll see how that runs under a virtual machine. But another way you can verify that this is a virtual machine is you can see that the chipset, I think there's a chipset here. Does it show you the chipset? No, it doesn't. Another way you can verify is probably through hardware info. Hardware info will give you a much more detailed breakdown of what's going on. So it's installing the application, good. And once that's done, I can then install hardware info proper. There it is, GOG. I can load that up, then I can log in, and then we can set everything up on there. Okay, there we go. Now it works. Sometimes it freezes there and you have to press enter and then it continues, which is kind of odd, but it is just what it is. Okay, cool. Now we can install hardware info. Which shouldn't take too long. So if I do hardware info 64, yes, start. So it should detect my CPU, which is, yep, indeed, a 5900X, but it's going to have some hard time reading exactly what kind of CPU it is because, of course, I'm not using the exact CPU config to run this, which is very funny. And it'll say Intel chipset because this is an emulated chipset. It's the ICH9 chipset, which is for QEMU. So that's one way you can tell that this is a virtual machine. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, actually. There's not much else to do here. We've done everything that we can do. So I'm going to shut this off and just show you that this automatically switches over back to Linux when you're done. And that's single GPU pass-through. There is... you can do multiple GPU pass-through, which is more desirable, but then again, if that's more GPUs in your system, that also costs a ton of money. And also takes, like, a lot of resources. So it takes money, power, and also space in your computer. But if you have a single GPU, you can do the virtual machine pass-through with it. So that's, like, definitely an option, an avenue you would probably want to explore if you don't have the money to spend on a second graphics card. Now, I did a while back do it with the second graphics card. I even videoed it. I just never actually submitted the video online. I did have it all edited. Oh, look. I had it all edited. And I was, but I was like, no, there's like some things that are like kind of wrong, and you know, now that I've edited it, which was a year after I did the video, it was kind of out of date, so I kind of decided not to upload the video because that information would have not been that helpful, I think, for that situation. for the new situation, for how it's evolved, how it's changed. But yeah, that's all there is to it, and I think I'll be ending the stream here. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for all of you, I guess, sort of bearing these dull moments where we have to install things and things take a long time, and it sucks, but it's part of the process, and I think if you really apply yourself, you can learn a lot about how IOMMU works. I think you can use it for like more than just GPU pass-through. There's definitely a whole article about this stuff on the Arch Linux wiki somewhere, I bet. And yeah, without further ado, I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you all later. Bye for now.